Jrue Holiday is an underappreciated NBA basketball player. He gets you buckets. He's a great defender. He is a dog on defense, and he is now with the New Orleans Pelicans. However, there is a report from The Athletic that the Pelicans are openly discussing trades that would move Jrue Holiday. A couple teams that people are discussing that he could potentially end up at are the Nuggets and the Heat, two contenders. Do you think they should move him? Do you think they will move him? And where do you think he would end up?
I think he will get moved. There's only one basketball, and with the Pelicans, it's going to either be in Zion or Brandon Ingram's hands, and rightfully so. Both of those two terrific young stars deserve the opportunity to initiate the offense. And you still want to see what you have in Lonzo Ball, and you want to give him a chance to potentially be your lead guard along with Hart to give them more opportunities. And so for Holiday, that's the best thing for him to get moved to a team that's a contending team that has multiple guards, but doesn't necessarily have that one. And another team that came to mind when you just said that was the Milwaukee Bucks. Like for the Denver Nuggets, Gary Harris didn't have a really good year, and Monte Morris had a really good year, but maybe you could parlay both of those guys into Jrue Holiday. For the Miami Heat, you're going to lose Goran Dragic because he's a free agent. Tyler Hero played really good minutes this year. But do they have their point guard of the future over the next couple of seasons? And so if you're them, you are in the business of trying to add defense and toughness. Jrue Holiday will give you that going with Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler.
I mean, we'll first discuss the Nuggets. I think you hit the nail on the head there. We thought that Gary Harris and Jamal Murray would be their backcourt of the future. However, Gary Harris, he struggled last year. He really did. He plays good defense, but he had struggled shooting the ball, especially in the bubble. I think if you have Holiday and Murray in the backcourt, that's a really nice complementary pair for each other, and that puts them sort of up at the upper echelon of the Western Conference teams. But the Heat, Eastern Conference is stacked at the top. Like, there's 4 or 5 teams that I can see coming out of the East, and I think if you add Jrue Holiday to the Heat, you replace Goran Dragic with Jrue Holiday, that really puts them, again, in the conversation to win the East. But we talk about them adding Jrue Holiday, but you have to, give up something to get Jrue Holiday. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of deals they're putting on the table in these discussions. I want you to take us behind the curtain for a second, though. When these reports come out, how does it happen? And does it come from the team side? Does it come from the player side? Maybe an agent? Does the team want it out there so maybe they'll get some new deals? Is this a strategic leak, Jalen?
It's a strategic report for a few different sides. First off, from a team aspect, Jrue Holiday's been a model citizen and played great basketball for them and being an all-star. And so if you're going to move him, you don't want to shock your fan base by just them waking up tomorrow and it happened. So now you're getting them used to it. You change the coach. You start talking about what you want to do with the roster. And then you let them start to believe that it may be in the team's best interest that he's not a part of the situation going forward. And then if you're the player and or the agent, you want them to know that your time is expired where you are. Jrue Holiday's time is expired with the Pelicans. So if he's going to leave, he definitely want to go to a contender, especially after he just saw his brother Anthony Davis go run with LeBron and win a championship. And so based on that, he would love to be in the situation. So it happens from all sides, from the player agent side, from the team and management side as well.
Well, one thing I saw from the Pelicans in the bubble was they played absolutely no defense, especially protecting the rim. They were just getting guys going to the lane and getting layups all day on them, and losing Jrue Holiday certainly doesn't make them better on the defensive end. We have some other news in the NBA, Jalen. Remember, Game 6 of the NBA Finals was on October 11th, and now it looks like they are close to a deal that would start the season on December 22nd. It would be a 72-game season. Jalen, what do you think about this report and how quickly they want to turn around the season?
This is one of those things you don't want to not take advantage of the Christmas Day stage. That has been real estate that the NBA has owned for so very long. And as somebody that has worked on Christmas Day every season since 2007, it's really important as you grow from having one East Coast game to one West Coast game to 4 teams playing until now 5 total games and 10 teams playing. You want your fan base to see your players that day. The problem is if you're going to have your teams play, you need the marquee guys to be there. And LeBron James is the marquee player in the NBA. So when you're counting down those days, that's the player that you're talking about going into the 18th year with his 4 championships. So what I believe is going to happen is you have a player like LeBron and a team like the Lakers. Yeah, you start on the 22nd. You obviously play on the 25th, and then you idle that team scheduled all the way down. You idle it all the way down as much as possible and get yourself towards MLK Day. And then now you expect players like a LeBron and teams like the Lakers and the Heat that made it to the finals to kind of play that abbreviated 72-game schedule almost as it's laid out. But don't think because it starts on the 22nd, because you want to get ready for the 25th, it's going to be full throttle for a guy like LeBron James, and rightfully so. His body's going to need that extra time to heal.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.